So that they know that when they're not in the room, somebody is actually speaking up for them. Like, oh, I don't think that rate is correct, or maybe we should give them this much money, or maybe we should recoup this much. Like, it doesn't have to be where they can trust people more.
Okay.
And I think that having younger people, especially, I don't know, like a woman, that's fair, will be very helpful for them in those conversations.
That makes sense.
If he gon' stay by my side, I ain't gon' lie crazy about shawty. I feel just like Plaid. It's crazy, little turn to envy, leave me traumatized.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Lano XL, Mr. 18 Pockets.
And yo, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy, a.k.a. Born Rich. And Lano.
What up, dog?
How you feeling, brother?
I feel good. I feel lucky. And I'm blessed today.
Absolutely. We all are. We all
You feel
are
blessed?
Absolutely.
So why you didn't say it then?
I feel blessed, man. I
Okay.
feel blessed. Blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
You know, your God don't
Yes.
do what he do for you.
You sound like grandma in the morning.
Like he do for me.
Yes.
God look out for me. As in the words of the great philosopher Sean Gotti, God is my big homie.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Sean Gotti. I think you were talking about like the real Gotti. I'm like, what the hell?
No, Sean Gotti, right? Shout out to Sean Gotti.
Shout out to Sean Gotti, most definitely.
Another thing, like, no, I don't want to start off by saddening us out, bro, but I would be remiss if I didn't say rest in peace to our dear sister Quita Cole, man.
Yes, most definitely.
The city lost the real one, man. I was just on her social media, and she was moving into a new building.
Yes, I seen
right
that.
there out north on Buchanan, in the heart of Black Nashville.
Yes, very
man.
proud of her.
And it's unfortunate that we lost the real one,
yes,
man.
We
but
did.
We is gonna keep her name alive. We're gonna shine, we're gonna grind, and we're gonna ball like that, man. But one time,
most definitely.
Sleep tight, QC, man.
Yes.
That's it.
Rest in heaven.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but like I said, didn't want to sad us out, man, because today we got a special guest.
Yes,
man.
we got a special guest. I like to say a friend of mine.
Okay.
I like to say a manager, a music manager, hip hop music manager, a music lover, a radio and podcast personality, and a host of Up in the Mixture podcast, right? So y'all already know, man, we got CORINA live in the building.
What's up, CORINA?
Thank you so much for having me.
Most definitely. You see that voice? Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Yeah, most definitely. Very beautiful.
Don't make me blush.
Now, this is long overdue. I still remember the first time that I seen an episode of Up in the Mixture podcast, and then you actually reached out. We did a little swap, which was real good for us because we got to meet an artist that you're managing.
Correct.
Mud. And what I end up liking about Mud was his music. Just for you to just give us that, and we most definitely love Mud now. Mud is part of the family.
Absolutely,
most definitely,
absolutely, man. Shout out Memphis, man. But
mine,
it's John bumping, it's John bumping, man.
For sure.
Hey, but are you Nashville born and raised, or from somewhere else?
So I actually am from Chicago, but I've been in Nashville for 12 years now. So I would like to say I kind of grew up here too.
Yeah, you got adopted by Nashville. Yeah. Nashville has most definitely adopted you.
What brought you and your family or however that went to Nashville? How'd you get to Nashville?
I came here for school. I went to Belmont.
Okay.
And then I just never left.
Nice.
So you came to Nashville and you was like, okay, was it your first time in Nashville for school? Or have you already traveled to Nashville before?
No. I came for the tour, and then I immediately told my mom, I think this is where I want to go. And
what did you come to school for?
Audio engineering.
Okay.
But then I actually changed my major from audio engineering to music business. I already had a background in radio, which is where I get my journalism.
Yes.
And, why I wanted
to do
an
awesome job in there, most definitely.
Thank you so much. It's really my passion, but you really can't make like a living off of it. So
Why you don't think you can make a living off of it?
I mean, unless you're like Charlemagne, it's really a struggle.
Yeah. Well, Taylor, thanks for stopping by. Let's shut it down. We might
throw this away.
If we can't get rich off of it, what the fuck are we doing still here?
I mean, no. With podcasting, it's different.
Okay.
You have the control of getting ad revenue. You can, I guess some people are going the route where they're having guests come on and the guests sometimes pay them.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, and even promoting products.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It's a lot. We went on one before, and I remember saying when we got through, and no disrespect to any of the radio stations, we was honored, happy, and humble, and blessed to even go on that platform of a huge radio station for Nashville. Yeah. But I remember when we got off, I was like, "Hey, bro, I love podcasts better."
Yeah.
It was just something more that I love about podcasts. Now, if y'all want to give us a job now,
absolutely,
still take it.
Absolutely.
But I like the podcast. So I see what you mean. But radio personality and being on the radio is a huge advantage because you're a music lover. Let's get into that a little more. What make you a music lover?
Honestly, I just appreciate all genres.
Okay.
I grew up listening to just Mexican music, but I'm also from Chicago, so we listen to juke music, hip hop, Latin music in general. But I also appreciate I don't know.
Very diverse, I see.
Yeah, no, I love punk rock. I like everything.
He made a punk rock album.
Nice.
Did you really?
Nice.
Are you joking with me?
I did not.
Don't do that to me because I be believing shit.
I did not. I did not.
He should have did one.
Yeah, I can't name one punk rock.
But bro,
artist,
you was talented though. You could have did one.
No, I couldn't have.
You couldn't? Damn.
Nah, I wouldn't even try it. I let the professionals deal with that. But okay, so you said Belmont. Did you finish college at Belmont?
Yes.
Okay,
nice.
Graduated 10 years ago, which is crazy.
Yeah,
it's 10-year anniversary right here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Seem long?
No, I thought it was not that long. And then I did the math. I was like, carry the one. Holy shit. I've been out of college for a decade.
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. I want to ask you about management, right? Because you said you manage, shout out to the brother Mud. You said you manage him. Is that the only artist that you manage?
Currently, yes. I have had other people reach out that have wanted me to help them. And while I'm open to that at some point, right now my priority is Mud.
Okay.
I do think that, he's incredibly talented.
Yes, most definitely he is.
He's got that something about him that I think that has the star factor. And right now, we're trying to really optimize the most of his moment. He went viral back in February. And he didn't even know. I was on a call with him and he was kind of down about, he kind of mentioned that he was going through a lot.
Yes, well, when he was on the show, he did mention that before.
He was grieving and he was just really down and we were on the phone and I really wanted to get him happy again. That's impossible, but I was like, hey, let's get you motivated. So I was looking through his analytics and I'm like, did you know that one of your songs got 2 million streams right now?
Damn, that's a lie.
And he was like, no. So I was like, holy shit. And the ball just kind of got rolling.
Yeah, most definitely it'll cheer me up when you sit here and tell me a song that I didn't know it's already up 2 million views. That's big. I mean, streams, right? That's big. That's huge right there.
Now, is Mud
It's actually at 4 now.
Oh, wow. Now, what's the name of that song? Tell the people.
It's Ball featuring D Mula.
Okay.
There we go. Ball.
4 million views. Let's go.
I wanna ask you this: is that the first artist that you've managed, or?
Yes, actually.
Okay. How did you get that position?
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. So what happened? It really just found me. I wasn't really seeking it. I work in the music industry too. Kind of do everything, but I do the business side in the music industry more so, like business development, joint ventures, accounting. Catalog evaluation. Okay. So I'm kind of a nerd.
Okay.
But
nerd for music, yeah.
I really just love everything about music. But he and I connected about a year ago, and we just clicked. And he's the sweetest person ever. Okay. And I just saw the potential that he has and how hungry he is to be successful. And I kind of was alongside his adventure with his previous signing, which, he was talking did about, not work out. And I mean, I really just wanted to make sure he did not lose the vision.
Yeah, make sure that he stayed on track because the situation already with the last record label that was signed.
And he kind of reached out to me and was like, hey, can you manage me? And that's kind of how it started.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to know something. When should an artist start to when should an artist start seeking a manager?
I definitely think that they need to build that fan base first. They also need to make sure that this is really what they want to do.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay.
Yeah, like they need to be committed. You can't be bullshitting and wasting anybody's time. Because if you're not about it, we're just wasting each other's time, like, and money and resources. That's embarrassing.
But when an artist gets to that set, okay, so you say work on your catalog, work on your fan base. Once an artist do like the important things to start looking for a manager, how important is it for an artist to have a manager?
It's definitely imperative once you get to a certain point. So let's just say an example. Everybody is different. Now, you can't use the same playbook for one artist that you can use for another. It doesn't work like that. Everything has to be customized.
Okay.
And it
customized
also,
for that artist in particular.
And you have to consider what their goal is. Like, what is the goal that they want? Do they want to build a brand? Do they want to get more followers? Which is kind of silly, but you know.
Yeah. And nowadays, it's silly to us, but that's something that they probably. That's one of the things on the checklist, though.
Right.
For them, I think more followers equal more viewers that can see them.
I mean, this is true, but I think it's more important to build a fan base.
Yes, most definitely.
Because those are the people that are going to buy your merchandise, buy your songs, buy your albums. Followers can be people that just want to see what you're up to and not engage.
They're not supporters.
Yeah, not supporters.
Yeah, we want supportors over followers. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I know even with this podcast, I'd rather have more supporters than just followers. Yeah, than
people just following.
You know what I mean? That's superficial.
Yeah.
So all right, this is how I want to ask this. So in management, right? So when you're managing an artist, what are like three key? What did you say with Mud? What are three key things that you want to accomplish this year for him and also for yourself?
Well, with Mud, I'm just considering what he has shared with me too, and what our plans are to this point, but. Something that he's really excited about is his merchandise.
Yeah, we've seen him do his merch.
Yeah, I just got my own Triple Cross merch.
Okay.
I love it. Everybody else loved it too. I think everybody wore it the same night I got it. But he's very excited for that. And we would really like to set up a store so that people can, from outside of the vicinity, whether that's LA, New York, Chicago, can have access to buy their merch. Wherever they're at. He's actually popping in San Antonio, so maybe Texas people will be rocking Triple Cross.
Yeah, most definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, so we want to set up the online store. We're actually currently working on the website, mudbreadabo.com, coming to you soon.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty lit. I'll have to show you guys what I worked on with that. It's awesome. But set up the store, work on releasing the EP, his album. We're dropping an album. We originally wanted to do it this month, but we didn't want to rush it because greatness is not rushed.
Facts.
So we want to really make sure that the strategy is in place. We have the eyes. So we just want to make sure the rollout is kind of planned out.
Nice.
So let me ask you this question. Hip hop most definitely is a male dominated industry, right?
Sure is.
Do you feel like women are taken seriously in hip hop?
Nowadays, yeah. You see, the girls are killing the game. It's absolutely. You
Most
got
definitely
Glorilla, Sexy Red, Lotto. The girls are really coming for those titles. So, I mean, let's just be real. When's the last time that one of the guys was at the top for real?
No,
they're releasing
women,
stuff.
But no, the women are at the top. It's definitely a female movement in hip hop right now. I'm excited for it.
Yes, women most definitely has took over.
Absolutely, they
took over.
They paid their dues. It's time.
They what?
They paid their dues.
They most definitely paid their dues.
Yeah.
And I asked that question because this, like I said, this is a male dominant industry at times, and women that come in and try to be managers or try to do the business side sometimes don't get taken seriously, especially when you're beautiful, you're cute, just whatever, right? You don't get taken seriously at times, and you got to kind of work a little more extra harder to show them that you're here to stay. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I'm asking that type of question. So is none of that to you? You feel like women are taken seriously?
No, you're exactly right. It's really hard to get taken seriously, especially it's really out of our control, but you can't also let these people stop you from getting your name ingrained into the game. I guess the only way that you really can navigate that is what I've learned is that sometimes it's better to act like you're dumber than you are. Because then
Explain that to me.
Yeah,
Because
because
I'm gonna have a hard problem with that.
well, I
Explain.
did too for a long time, but I mean,
Okay.
I ruffled a lot of feathers, especially on the business side with the labels. I, was always pretty assertive. I am still pretty assertive when it comes to like having those calls with the executives at the majors.
You don't mind having those uncomfortable
No,
conversations.
absolutely not, especially if you're fighting for what's fair. If I want to always be an advocate for artists, regardless of the genre.
Okay.
So that they know that when they're not in the room, somebody is actually speaking up for them. Like, oh, I don't think that rate is correct, or maybe we should give them this much money, or maybe we should recoup this much. Like, it doesn't have to be where they can trust people more.
Okay.
And I think that having younger people, especially, I don't know, like a woman, that's fair, will be very helpful for them in those conversations.
That makes sense. Especially when you're on the phone and you're fighting for an artist and you're fighting for what's right.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It really is not.
No, not when you fight for what's right. When you fight for what's right and you fighting for just due, most definitely it's not complicated. But sometimes it can get tricky because the people that you're fighting against on the fairness doesn't see fairness your way.
Well, if you put it like this, how I always try to, because I'm very much like a client relationships person.
Okay.
How I kind of, convince them is I say, these are our clients. They have a product. Do we want to continue selling their product once this contract's over? Okay, bet. So then we need to treat this client with the same respect and like a partnership. And if you want them to renew for the second option, why would you screw them over? They're not going to want to sign again then.
Yeah, fair.
And then when you explain it to them like that, then they act like, oh, well, I guess I can see where you're coming from.
Is
And
that
I'm
how
like,
men talk? How men talk? Do it
the
again.
men.
How do men talk?
You should know where you coming from.
Give me something about being a manager, just management period, that you love.
I love executing the vision. That's
Okay.
I love when they express to me, man, I like when they tell me their dream, and I try to come up with every which way to solve that solution. Make it like, how can we make this happen for them?
Yeah, most definitely.
We still have a ways to go with Mud, but my God, when I tell you how quickly everything has unrolled, where we're not even like, we have like maybe a 3-minute reaction time to it, and then we say, okay, fuck it, we got to do it because we don't have, the window is closing. We need to
for sure.
optimize the most of this opportunity.
Yeah.
So we really just like, it's no days off. Like I don't.
Yeah, when you
haven't had
building
days,
though, but when you building like this, it's most definitely no days off.
Yeah. All gas, no breaks, man.
That's what he taught me.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
All gas, no brakes.
That's what time it is. That's what time it is right now. So I want to ask you, because also you do, what would you consider heavy on the honey? Is that a show, podcast? What is that?
So, like I mentioned, I started off with Up in the Mix.
Okay.
That was my blog. It's an online blog thing, but I realized that people want to see visuals.
Same here.
Most definitely.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. That's how I started.
Yeah, so I basically created an extension of the blog into a podcast, which is Heavy on the Honey, where we spill tea about music and keep things sweet, because we have no jumper, we have,
Yeah, most definitely. That's us.
academics, but I'm not a messy person.
No, that's
so.
me.
Yeah. I am.
That's one of our podcast things right there. A lot of people reach out to us in our city, in different states and cities and stuff. And that's one of the things that I'm proud of when they mention. They say, hey, man, I love your shows. I think you guys are awesome. And y'all ain't messy. No messy, but we not full glass messy. We like like I said, it's a no jumper, no academic type of show. We most definitely like to talk about your journey in music, the stories in music, and we just like to see what got you to this point that you in now.
Right.
Basically, that's what we like to do.
Yeah, because I mean, that is the most important thing. Like, we're passionate about the industry, right?
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
So why wouldn't we uplift and celebrate the people that are our guests?
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
want to make them uncomfortable. Like, that's ridiculous.
And one thing we do on this show is we beg to come on other people's shows. So, you know,
You guys
I love it.
if
You're so funny. No,
I
I
love
actually
it, yeah.
would love to have you guys on. I've never had two guests at once, so that'd be fun.
well, you could just do me, or you could just do me.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, look, do me first. and
Everybody
then-
just get their moment. Okay,
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
That actually would be cool for individually get to know both of y'all.
Absolutely, yes. It's a yes for me. Thanks for the invite, and yes, I'll be there. Just let me know when.
Most definitely.
So, how long have you been doing Heavy on the Honey?
Honestly, I recorded my first episode in episodes. It was multiple in August.
Oh, August of last year.
Yes, but I didn't drop until Christmas because I was nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
what if people hate me?
Yeah.
You know, like I was thinking about the stupid shit, like the stuff that does not matter.
But
Because-
you already was in music, but like you was already like kind of
In
behind-
radio.
Yeah, well,
She was
in
in
radio.
radio.
but
And-
radio
and-
is a faceless thing.
yeah, it is.
You know, like
Yeah.
with
See, I don't know. I
podcasting,
guess
you
I'm
can
biased.
hide.
Yeah, I guess I'm
But
biased.
you still got to be visual. I remember
because once I got in front of the camera, it just wasn't. Because like I started off like you, just writing a blog. I used to literally drive to neighborhoods with rappers and walk around the neighborhood and just like a journalist
Yeah.
writing the shit down and then get home and type it up. I used to do that, but once the cameras got introduced, I didn't want to even be in front. I guess I was nervous like you. I didn't want to be in front of the cameras at first, but you know, after a few months, you just get used to it. And
I'm like, let's go.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Let's
But-
do it.
Some people are just made for it.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember when I got the phone call that I was gonna be a part of the show. I remember just driving because I think at that moment you gotta say, "Fuck it," right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you'll start thinking of things you did in 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, "Shit, I did this."
Yeah.
Damn, so and so might can come back and say this, but man, it probably took me like 2 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck it." Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, visual. No audio for me.
And it's a dope show, Heavy on the Honey. Y'all make sure y'all go check
Yes,
it out.
because I
man.
seen you
you.
with Coop, 615 exclusive, Tim Gent. We just had the honor of sitting down. So seeing that you also have a podcast where it's Heavy on the Honey, talk about interactions and listening to your guest stories. Like, how do you feel about like going behind the scenes and in depth with your people that you get to interview?
It's rewarding. It's
Okay.
really rewarding because these are people like you guys where I clearly admire them and I am already interested in them as a person. So to actually have them in my home, which is where I record, is really just an honor.
Okay.
And just to have like even a few minutes of their day to host them and get to kind of pick their brain on their creativity, or even sometimes we get deep.
Yeah.
So, man, it's just I can't believe my life.
Is fire. This is your home.
Yeah, that's my.
That is
I love Victorian
nice.
decor.
I see.
so-
I see. I said I was like elegant. She's very elegant.
Yeah, I always want to wear an obnoxious outfit because I want to look like the era of like tea parties and
Yeah.
I
shit.
love it.
I see you got it. So you're a theme person.
Well, especially with podcasting, you kind of want to set yourself apart, and I wanted to have a niche. Back in, I think it was like a year ago, I had a Alice in Wonderland themed
I
photo
saw that.
shoot.
Yes, I seen that.
And that kind of was like, wait, what if I do this like niche for my podcast? Like I just have them come to my crib. We have like a tea party.
Yeah. Put
and,
Hennessy in my teacup.
I'm down. I've
Yeah.
had people who drink tequila. They can drink. I tried to be sober during the.
No, that's us. That's most definitely.
I don't.
Yeah.
I definitely don't try to be sober at all.
I try to be sober
He
when
said
I
us.
record.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't wanna do
It's
it.
because I want the cylinders all to fire off, So that's kind of why.
I have a couple that's not firing right now.
So I want to go
Yeah.
back a little bit and speak more music because I want to know, how do an artist get noticed now since it's so much competition?
I really think especially right now, like for example, with the music stuff in Nashville,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so imperative for the Nashville artists to find their own sound, create it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, of course, it's okay to take influences from Memphis, West Coast, East Coast, but
I
you
say
need to,
hell no.
but you need to create your own sound.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only way you're really gonna set yourself apart.
sure.
Like, of course, you can be like a goofy or go the easy route and just like try to go viral, but
Mm-hmm.
that's people can read that you're not being genuine.
Genuine,
That's
yes,
it.
most
That's it.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
it. No, the thing is being genuine.
Mm-hmm.
So currently, are you dating anyone right now?
Let's get the tea right there.
I'm not. I don't have time.
No, that's
Okay.
me. Yeah, well, that's not me, but I understand what you're saying, though.
Right. I mean, I haven't ever actually said this in public yet, but I was married for 10 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Recently, the dissolution of my marriage happened in March.
Okay.
And
This
so-
year or last year? I'm sorry.
This year. yeah.
Okay.
So I'm really just like trying to heal and be
How
How
myself.
did you know that was over after a long term marriage? Just to say,
Yeah.
oh, you know what, it's over.
Give us 3 signs.
I'm moving away.
For the
you don't.
listeners.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to get too personal,
Yeah.
but. Just, I always want to know, like, when it's over. How
Like,
do
you know?
Yeah, how do you
Like,
know?
what are
when
the
it's over?
signs that you're seeing that it's
Yeah.
over with?
Well, I will always love him. I have nothing but respect for him. He was a great human. He's still a great human, and was one of my dearest friends for the longest
Oh,
time.
that's nice.
Is it
of you.
Mexican
Yeah.
guy?
No, he's actually white. Everybody always goes married, divorced, white.
we hitting all the.
He told you he's a little man, just a
We
little
hitting
bit.
all the
Yeah.
keywords.
He want to
I'm
know.
nosy. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
very
I wanna
nosy.
know.
I'm gonna have to send you the meme because it's so funny. I literally hear that so much.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So what's the signs
True.
of you just noticing? Because we see that he's a good human.
Right.
But what was the signs that make you say this relationship may be over or this marriage is over?
I just realized that we were going in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
He very much was a stay-at-home person and very private.
Mm-hmm.
And then walking into like my career change with like management,
Yeah.
my life completely changed. I used to work from home a lot, and so then now I had to be in the studio late around more men.
I feel him. I would
Yeah.
go with. I'm not going for that shit
and
either,
I don't
Corina.
blame him. I don't blame him
Yeah.
because I was
Hold
like,
on, what y'all mean, y'all? Why you not gonna blame him if you know what you're getting yourself
No,
into,
she
right?
said no.
No,
She
like-
went from being a stay-at-home, everyday, work from home type of woman.
Yeah.
To
So going to-
3 months later,
So-
now you not coming home at night because you're in the studio with
Yeah.
mud.
Yeah, but that's
Man,
a
you
dream.
got-
But hold on, what I'm saying, but ain't that
hey,
your dream
I ain't
though?
gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
For
But ain't
real.
that
feel
your
that.
dream though?
Yeah, it is.
Did you talk to him of like when you in a relationship like that,
Right.
marriage is very much deeper than just y'all living together, right?
Right.
So when you said that you having this dream and this is something that you want to do and you're passionate about, then you talk to him about it?
I did. And he was always very supportive about all
Okay.
my endeavors. I just think that everybody has the right to reserve that, hey, this isn't for me though.
Yeah, this ain't what I signed up
And
for.
so, yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
This isn't what I
Yeah,
signed
I
up
didn't
for.
sign up for this.
And I mean,
Fuck
that's
this
why
shit.
we're still, we're cordial, you
Yeah.
know? Like, obviously, we're not going to be up in each other's faces anymore. It's hard when you are with someone for 10 years, you grew up with each other.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And then you hit this spurt where,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'll take it off of you. I can't imagine being with a woman for 10 years. And I don't know, she works at fucking Dillard's, right?
Yeah,
she
yeah.
works at Dillard's
Yeah.
the entire time. And then all of a sudden, well, now I'm a manager. And it's like, wait, what? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've been working towards it. So, hey, babe, I'm not. Matter of fact, number one, I quit my job at Dillard's.
Yeah.
And now my new job is to hang out in the studio all night to the
Yeah.
wee hours of the morning. That would be too much of a culture shock for
Yeah.
me to adjust
Is that
to it.
is that complicated? Not that you want to date now, but when you start dating, like that's gonna probably be something that
They're going to
gotta-
have to be strong.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
going to have to be strong. And they're going to have to be understanding that
Yeah,
I
it's
don't have a
understanding and
regular
strong.
job, like, and I have multiple jobs, and get out of my face, like, you know. Like,
Damn, oh, you a little hard, man. Get out my face.
I respect that
'cause,
though.
I mean, some people just want to they want a partner that's like always on them, like white on rice, and
Yeah.
that's beautiful, great. I love that for you.
Yeah.
So for some
That
people,
doesn't work for me,
yeah,
though.
yeah, that's not me neither. I don't want
too
that
clean,
either.
too clingy is too much.
Don't act like
Right.
my parole officer,
I
and
can't- I
don't
don't
be
do that.
around me like 100% of the time. So I want to ask you this right here because when an artist is making a little bit of noise, but he don't have that fan base, like right, should he still drop singles or should they work on albums?
I guess I just want to make sure I'm understanding your question. You're saying they're
artist
making
that
noise,
doesn't-
but they
artist-
don't have a fan base?
No, an artist that's working, that's making noise,
Right.
and is building his fan base.
Okay.
Should he drop singles or should he drop a whole EP or album?
Okay, so I feel like this could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion. I definitely think that they should simultaneously be doing both. They should be putting together, obviously they're recording. So they need to figure out if any of the songs that they've recorded can be standalone on their own, but anything that can't, but is still pretty tough, basically put it on a vault and say, okay, this will belong on a project that I'm working on towards.
I like that.
that's dope.
And then make sure that the project itself, like, it kind of tells a story. You want to make sure you're not shooting in the dark. You don't want to release like a trap song, a friggin' twerk song, and then a sad song. Like, you tell a story, especially if it's your first project.
Yeah.
It's really important for the audience to be like, okay, who's this new person? And if you can not sell, because that's not correct, build your brand, which would then mean you have to have a story that's
most
interesting enough and real.
Oh, yes.
Don't be fake,
Facts.
because we can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
kind of like come up with like a concept for that album and then drop it. But yeah. In
I
the
like
meantime,
that. I like that.
Yeah, in the meantime, drop singles.
I like that. I want to kind of go back to a question that I asked you earlier about your management. I asked about 3 personal goals you had for you and Mud have, or you have for Mud. I want to ask you, what's 3 personal goals that you have for you to accomplish this year?
I definitely want to get as many of the coolest people in Tennessee, like interview-wise, before the end of the year. I don't have specifics on those. I really am just down to talk to anybody that will be down to talk to me. Just like,
Right there, yeah.
You guys are definitely on there. I definitely would like to continue building momentum with Heavy on the Honey. Another thing is I would love to be able to release this project with Mud and make sure that we can track exactly, like, okay, with this release, where do we need to focus on? Like, what are the areas of focus? Which one of them being touring? We would love to go on tour. And to be able to get him there, I told him I would love to see that by fall of this year.
Okay.
Close out Q4 with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for me personally, I just want to heal. I want to get to a good place where obviously work helps kind of keep your mind off things, but I genuinely just want to... I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm not in a rush to find love, but I definitely...
So you'll sit down and watch The Notebook?
Actually, no.
Okay, cool.
No.
Boys in the Hood.
Let me see you. I love love stories, but not that.
Not that old.
No, not
That's
like
old.
that.
That is old.
Actually, I like
That's the
romantic.
movie everybody go to though when they say. Tyler, you seen the Notebook? I have. Okay.
Everybody in the English language has. But like,
Okay.
I like the Addams Family, like Morticia and Gomez Addams.
Okay,
Love story.
I most definitely like Adam's Family.
Okay.
I wanna.
Yeah. I like a little Ike and Tina.
Oh, at least you're being
we
honest.
might gotta bleep that.
So I want to ask you something that I just want to clarify. It's a big misconception of it. When you going into managing, right? A lot of times, artists that I meet and artists that I met, and I heard their stories. When you're going into management, does management means you fully invest into their artist financially wise, or do that artist financially invest in himself? It's a team effort.
It depends on that partnership. So it could be one or the other. Yeah. Especially if the management team has the capital. Like, for example, if the artist is signing on to, like, I don't know, let's just say Empire, they have the funds.
Yes, most definitely.
And so therefore doing that. But I know for the most part, a lot of artist managers are standalone. So in some cases, it could be that they have their own LLC and their own business card. And then therefore they're investing this money, but they're tracking all those expenses so that they can recoup at some point down the line, taking like a chance on their artist. But then there could be the latter where the artist is doing all the investment, and then therefore the percentage for the artist manager is a little bit smaller.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you do when you manage your artist? Do you do contracts with them? Is it verbal, or do you actually do the paperwork?
Well, yes, everything I do is contract.
Got you.
Because I
love contracts.
Yes, you have to protect yourself.
Yes, always at all times.
Yes, so we ain't letting Rock Nation come through and take mud.
No.
We're not going for it.
Yes.
Corina got something to say, Rock Nation.
She already said
get out of here, Rock
Nation. She'll have an uncomfortable conversation.
Get out of here, Rock Nation, trying to steal her artist.
Yeah.
Listen, I love.
She said, listen.
I can chop it up with anybody under the sun, and I'm sweet for the most part. But as soon as we start talking about business, I get serious. Like, I'm like, okay. I know that I'm a small little woman, but I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen many contracts. What do you want? What are you talking about? Like, so that I can then process what you're saying to me and figure out if this is going to work.
Give me something that local or underground artists fail to do business-wise, trying to make music.
Can you
like what do they like? Do they the BMI like? Do they publishing right? Like things business wise that a lot of local artists doesn't do because they don't have people like you who's business savvy and can tell them, hey, get this song registered, learn how to do this. Because sometimes we rap, we just in the studio and we rap, and then after that we don't know nothing else after that but to post it.
Well, you basically just answered one of the biggest ones that I've noticed, especially with independent artists, is they don't have somebody handling the copyright administration. They're not even if they have a BMI or ASCAP account, you have to be the person that sends those cue sheets to that organization in order for them to then send you money. Or they're not registered at all. Like, I've seen some big artists that I'm like, ain't no way you're not in the system.
Tell that to the artists. Tell that to the local artists, the artist who's trying to come up, like something that's very important.
Yeah, it's so imperative, especially whether you're writing the songs or you're producing the songs, for you to have a PRO that represents you. That being ASCAP, BMI. Personally, I'm being biased because I used to work there, but ASCAP, they have a website-friendly registration as well as just registering all your music. And I also have a contact. Let me know.
Yeah.
Another
link.
Yeah. And then another really important thing is that every song you do, you need to have a splits sheet. Because when it comes time to registering, you don't want to be confused on what percentage everybody gets. And that's the mixer, producer, the feature, you.
Splits.
Y'all see, this is what we bring to the table, man. BRC most definitely highlights not just artists, not just people that write books. What we highlight, the music industry, the music people, the behind the scenes, people that we most definitely love to connect with, love to pick their brain and things that, because you dropped a lot of gems. You dropped a lot of jewels for us.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Got a lot of things going, mama. You're doing very good.
Thank you. I just like learning. So,
yeah, most definitely.
No, so before we get out of here, if you want to tell the people how they can follow your career, maybe follow Mud's career, subscribe to Heavy on the Honey, the whole nine. That's your camera right there. Talk to the people.
Well, I'm obviously on Instagram like the entire universe. It's at Corey.guns, which is also Heavy on the Honey is on IG as well. That should be in my bio as well as up in the mixture. I'm on YouTube as Heavy OT Honey. And you can follow Mud at Real Mud Brudda on IG as well. We're about to drop a tape, and the website's coming soon, mudbruddabo.com.
Bam. So y'all already know this is what this is, man.
Absolutely.
We got OG Boopy, we got Corina live in the building. Just dropped all the gems and the jewels, man. Listen, artists, get you a manager when your music is ready for something to manage. I always tell people that you just can't jump in the game and think that you need a manager, because the manager needs something to manage. So you need a product, you need something that's already ready to go to the mass, and you have people like Corina that will GPS you and guide you in the right and safe directions that you need to go.
Sirski.
This is your boy Lano XL. Y'all already know I got two things to say, man. Get money, stay true, get money.
And yo, this your man, Mr. McGee. Listen, family, if nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the very first person to tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you. Peace.